Please watch my The Bone Collector film review video if you've not watched it yet. This video is just me sharing with you what I would have done if I was the director of this movie, what I would have done differently, if you're interested in hearing it. And if you do like me doing these, please comment and I'll do these more often to add to my channel. So, in my opinion, the beginning of the film, The Bone Collector, the beginning was amazing. It had my attention, it hooked onto my attention. I was blown away because, the beginning, it was astonishing. I mean, the writers, the director, you could tell the hard work they put into the beginning of the film. But that gets kind of lost throughout the movie. I feel like throughout the movie, less and less work, and it feels like they kind of just did it kind of lazily. Just slapping things together and hoping it makes money is what I felt like. Now, I feel like a movie, should be focused on the audience. The audience is the goal, right? The audience is, that should be the main focus. Is my audience going to enjoy this film? So, if I was directing a film, I would have done everything entirely different because I would want to create a film experience for the people watching this film, and I'd want them to be on the edge of their seats. And I was on the edge of my seat watching The Bone Collector. I would have had a lot more suspenseful moments. I would have put in a lot more suspenseful vibe in the film. And different ways by doing that, like, there was a scene where it's mentioned Angela Jolie's father is dead. I would have been on the edge of my seat if I had learned that the serial killer was behind her father's death. I thought if the writer had done that, I thought that would have been a great twist. Nobody would have seen it coming. But the twist that the writer of this film does have a few twists up his sleeve, but they're so insignificant that the fact that they're there doesn't mean nothing because there wasn't anything to make it. It was supposed to be a big shocker who the serial killer was at the very end of the film, but we didn't know who he was. I mean, obviously we didn't know who the serial killer was, but once we realized who the serial killer guy was, we had no way of knowing who he was before, so it wasn't a shocker. So I would have had that guy who was a serial killer have been in a couple more scenes at the very beginning of the film if I was a director, and kind of painted the image that this guy was the nicest guy ever. And Mike Rooker's character in this movie is a cop. I would have focused on that angle, and I would have made him look like a dirty cop. And I would have focused so much on that, make the audience think he is behind this, he's the serial killer, and make it, with this nice guy over here, he's solid. And so, you think it's so predictable. It's obviously Mike Rooker, the bad guy, the serial killer. And you're just watching, waiting until the end. And then, whoa! It was the nicest guy? I mean, that's what I would have done. And a big chunk of the middle of the movie was flashback. The big chunk of the middle of the movie was just telling backstories. I would have not done that. I would have just cut that out. What I would have done to tell you backstories is I would have used flashbacks. I would have used, I would have the characters have conversations, yes. But I would find a creative way to tell you the most important parts of these characters by using flashbacks. And a big chunk of the middle of the movie is trying to figure out how they're going to go about solving the case, which I thought was just a waste of time of the film. And waste of money for the producers. And so if I was a director, what I would have had done is, since this movie is supposed to be a mystery and a thriller, I would have had Angelina Jolie had gone out earlier. She had gone out and tried to find clues in the middle of the movie, yes. But that was towards the end of the middle, I felt like. You know, I would have had her be looking out for clues a lot more, you know, be finding a clue here, contacting Lincoln and be like, okay, I found a clue here, what does this mean? You know, then build more and more of a relationship between the two characters. I would have focused on them building a relationship together while still going on with the story. And I would have actually have had a Angelina Jolie was spying on the serial killer at one scene in the movie. And there's somebody that was coming in her house. But it wasn't the serial killer, it was someone else. Now, even though that was, the director was probably doing that to try to throw something out there for you, to trick you, which I respected, but I would have had Angelina Jolie on the serial killer's tail, and I would have created a fight scene between Angelina Jolie and the serial killer. I would have liked to have seen that. The fighting scene between a serial killer and Denzel Washington was really good, yes. Queen Latifah is in this movie, and she is funny. I felt like this movie, a big chunk of the movie, was just dead. You know, it's just so dead. And I would have brought it to life a little bit more by having Queen Latifah be funny, because she is so good at being funny. Sorry that this is a little long, but that's what I would have done differently in this film. If you like me doing these, then please let me know, comment below.